Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode. Today's episode, paperwork. Yes, we've all got to do it, but it has to be done. So, two things we've got to talk about. We've got the registration and we've got the conversion of the body type over from a bus to a motor caravan. Obviously this doesn't just cover buses, this is all vehicles, panel vans, whatever. So those of you that have clicked on the link because they want to find out about motor caravan, yes, I'll get to that in a second. I may do a separate video, but obviously feel free to have a quick look before we carry on. But let's talk about the registration first. So we bought this bus without it being registered in the UK. It was still on its American registration document. So we had two options. We could have taken it straight for an MOT as the bus with all the seats in. That would have meant that the bus would have had a Class 7 MOT here in the UK. Doesn't mean too much, but obviously the thing with the Class 7 is it would be a sort of a commercial test, because obviously it would be a commercial vehicle, which is a lot more stringent, but obviously I'm assuming it probably would have passed, but who knows. But that's obviously one option. The second option is the sort of option we took, which was we took the time to convert it to the motorhome and then present it as like a private motorhome, private vehicle, and then that goes down as a Class 4 test. So that's the same. The Class 4 covers quite a lot of vehicles, including your own car, that sort of stuff. And that's obviously in the UK what you would get, either the sort of the Class 4 or the Class 7. There are the other classes, but let's not muddy the water. Let's just stick with the two that would have really counted for this vehicle. So because we had the option of doing a Class 4, that's what we did. So as you see in a previous episode, we took for an MOT after we got to the state where we could MOT it as a Class 4 as a private vehicle, and obviously got that done. Up to you which direction you take. Also, it depends obviously if you've already got your bus already registered or whatever it is you've got, panel van, whatever. So if you've already registered, then obviously you have to do the change. But we weren't registered at all, so we could do it straight from the go. Right, so that's registration. So the form you need to send off to the DVLA is a V55 form, or at least that's the one we used, let's put it that way. So on this form, this form covers all sorts of different vehicles. So the trick with the form is if you haven't got the info, just don't fill it in. So all I've filled in on that form, obviously all these forms, by the way, are downloadable from the DVLA website, so just obviously do a search in Google, whatever, the V55, whatever. So the form obviously covers quite a lot, like I said. You want to put in how long you want the tax, what model is, that sort of stuff. And like I said, if you don't know it, or not too sure, you're probably better off not filling it in. So all I've done is I've put the weight, model, engine size, that's kind of all the main stuff I put in, how long I wanted the tax for, that sort of stuff. So, and then what I've done was I sent that off with the conversion form for the motor caravan. So let's talk about the motor caravan form. So I've got a copy here. Obviously you can, again, download it. So I'm going to use this as just a reminder of what we need to go over. So the form is a V1006. So this is a form you use when you want to convert your vehicle from a panel van, bus, minibus, whatever it is, over to a motor caravan. Now there are reasons for doing this. In the UK, if you are a panel van, like a commercial vehicle, if you go into London, or any of the major cities, you will be seen on the cameras, the automatic cameras that pick up your number plate. They read your number plate and say, see what type of vehicle it is, and then depending on what type of vehicle you're driving, depends on what classification you fall into, whether you should get charged for driving in that zone. There's other things which I will go into a little bit. So the other reasons for changing to a motor caravan is that you can actually drive faster. So on a motorway, is it dual carriage? I can't remember now. I'm having a guess now. But basically, you're limited to 60 in a commercial vehicle. I think it's on the motorway, but you have to look it up. Yeah. But if you're in a private vehicle, you can do 70. And obviously, if you're using your motor caravan to get around wherever it is, then you kind of be nice to be able to cruise at 70 and know you're not breaking the law. So there is, there's other benefits, but obviously, let's just stick to the ones that are the more obvious ones. I think also you might get a cheaper tax, but you have to look into that one. But let's go back to the form. Okay, so part of the DVLA's form, the 1006, is we have to have a checklist of stuff that we need to meet to get the motorhome or motor caravan, as they call it, status. So part of those statuses is that we need to have stickers, motor caravan stickers, on the side of the vehicle to make it look more like a motor caravan. So at the moment we're still getting the paint off of the side of the bus. Obviously Susie's doing a really good job. She's got quite a lot of it off already, but it's taken a long time. It's a hard job. And so what I'm thinking for the moment is I've bought some yellow vinyl, which isn't obviously the correct colour, but it'll do because it's only going to be temporary. Cut this down, stick this on to cover up the signage that's on there at the moment, and then over the top of this, the plan is to get a some sort of landscape scene or something that you see on most Sprinter vans and stuff that have been converted, just to make it look more like the motorhome it's supposed to be. And then obviously we'll meet that criteria, because obviously those photos have to show all this that we need to send off to DVLA. So another part of the checklist is that we need to have an awning rail. So obviously this is a bit I've cut off of the bits that I've cut to fit up on the top. So the idea is I'm going to fit an awning rail up the top above the window, because we have to have that as part of the checklist as well. I'm just trying to think other things we have to have. Obviously, we've got to have table, bed, cooking facilities. All those need to be photographed. We need to do front, back and both sides of the bus for the photos as well. You need to have 2 windows, which obviously we meet, no problem. So yeah, I think that's everything that's on the checklist. We can go a bit further through it if need be, but I need to put the stickers on and get that going, and then once I've stuck it on, I'll show you what it looks like. But it's only temporary, as we both know. And there's the vinyl fitted, and on the back, on both sides, I fitted this sort of mountain scene, like I said, that you see on a lot of other motorhomes and that sort of stuff. So hopefully that should suffice with the stickers they want. Don't look too closely, there's quite a lot of bubbles on here, but it should serve what we need it to do to obviously make DVLA happy. And the things that I've missed also that need to be added to that list are you need to have storage, take photos of storage. You need to have a separate door to the living area, so that you can't use the 2 front doors. It has to be a separate door. So most vans, if you're using a van, have a sliding door. We've obviously got the entrance door to the original entrance door for the kids. I did also put down the emergency door just in case they had any quibbles, so I took a photo of that as well, just in case, because obviously that is a separate door into the living. The other things that I missed was hang on, I've looked, where is it? I've got, oh yes, you have to have head height. So you can't just have a normal height van, you have to have a high top. So yes, I know you're thinking, oh, I can have a pop top, but it actually states on the form you can't have a pop top. So it has to be a fixed high roof. So obviously we're lucky here, we've got the head space, so we're okay here. But obviously all these things that they list need to have photos of these things to prove them, and also they want photos front, back and both sides. So what I did was I sent the V1006 form, the V55, and obviously everything I need to obviously prove to get the tax. So don't forget, if you're applying for the tax, you need to have your proof of MOT. Obviously I know they can look it up, but I just sent one anyway, let's put it that way. Your insurance certificate, I sent that through. What else did I send through? I sent through obviously the check, you've got to send the money. And that's probably a good thing to get onto. So if you go on DVLA and do a search for campervan, no, it's not campervan, sorry, motorhome tax rates, that will give you the costs for the tax for the year. So I think it's done on weight. Obviously, it keeps changing. But at the moment, because we're over 3.5 ton, our tax currently, and we're talking, where are we? We're August 2025. So tax at the moment for this bus is £171, which my dad doesn't like because that's less than half than his Astra 1.3 diesel. But we won't go there. Sore subject for him. Have a look online. Make sure you send the cheque for the right amount. I did also send them my driving licence number just to prove that I have the ability to be able to drive the vehicle, just in case that came up. I just basically sent them as much information as possible that I thought would help. So that was all sent off. So we're just waiting now for the forms to come back and see how we get on. So I hope that you haven't got bored with me chatting away. But let me show you other things that we did, to make the bus ready for its photos. Also with that yellow vinyl, what I've done is I've covered up the school bus sign on the front and the back. But also on the back, what I've done is I've just bought a cheapy little, sticker just that says "Home Sweet Home," just to sort of add to that sort of camper feel. So I think that should suffice in the sticker front.
We've got the registration, we've got the plates, let's fit him and let's drive this thing.
We are off to the petrol station because of the V8. Was it 9 gallons per mile? Something stupid. So we're off to the petrol station. Hopefully we don't break down, so here we go.
And I'm really hoping it's not 9 gallons per mile, otherwise this needs to go. Alright, let's go.
9 gallons, 9 litres.
I haven't got a pull in case of an emergency.
There's one at the back, but then you have to stand up.
Okay.
And it probably won't work.
Does it swing out?
Yeah, okay, Abby, yeah, it's fine. Right.
Yeah,
Oh, it's 120.
Mount every paper every toe.
Currently 126. Oh my god. Why did I feel like that's
Are you ready for your first drive?
No.
Here we go.
Better get used to it, Jake, because when we go on holiday, we've got a long... Oh!
We went down a pavement and I went,
Which petrol station are you going to?
Should have. I was going to go to Tesco. Well, not Tesco, BP.
What are you going on?
oh my god, everyone's asking now, everyone.
Not bad, mate, not bad.
I know, I'm without a passenger. I'm in the middle of the road. I'm driving.
Oh, I meant to.
I can see how close you are to the dotted white line. Very close to the dotted white line. I'll be happy when we've got some petrol in there.
Yeah, me too.
How
bus that wouldn't start, that wouldn't drive, that wouldn't stop, that obviously looked like a bus full of seats.
And here we are now, almost.
I need a cushioning here. It's a bit upright.
Yeah,
I need something behind my back or underneath my legs or. Woo! I don't know what's wrong because it just doesn't feel like a normal part. I don't feel secure.
Needs to do your seatbelt up in tighter, yeah?
My seatbelt's like strangling me. I'm gonna have like a line across my neck. But it's
You have to get one of those furry ones then. Oh, it's Tom the Mime.
It's Tom! We love you, Tom! It's Tom! Tom the Mime!
Are you thinking about driving now?
me.
Yeah, well the driver's seat's quite comfy.
Over my dead body. It'd probably be somebody else's, but no. No, not. I need to lay down.
What, 2 aspirin and a glass of martini?
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Tune in for more amazing videos.